What's going on, everyone? Just wanted to do a quick video. It's been a while, but this is how she's sitting right now. So I've been trying to do like a resto mod setup, so that way I can take it out to the track as well. So I did the wheel lids on the front and rear, did Rocket Racing attack wheels, 18 by 9s, 18 by 10s with a 245 in the front and a nice big 305 in the rear. So just want to do a little bit of a walk around, kind of show off what's new, I guess. So I got rid of the old cracked dash. It was beyond repair. Got this one and did this suede flocking material on it. Did the removable steering wheel just because with the racing seats now I can't get in without my legs hitting it, so went with that. Makes it easier. Got rid of all the old gauges that weren't working. Finally have a speedometer for the first time since I've had this car in 2.5 years. Got my boost gauges, my fuel ratio. Did kind of a throwback over on the passenger side with the clock to match kind of the old way of the Cougar as the luxury option. But I'm not, too keen on these wheels. I like the stock look, but my stock wheels and tires can't handle going around turns doing 100 plus miles an hour. So underneath the hood is the 408 stroker now instead of the 351 Cleveland. I've got 10-to-1 compression with the twin turbos. I haven't actually gone to take it to dyno yet. I've only gone on a couple drives, so motor is still being broken in, but once that's done, then I'll take it over to the dyno shop and hopefully they'll be willing to touch it, because every shop I've called wants to switch me over to fuel injection, but I like the E85 blow-through carb. And then the ones that will mess with it don't want to do anything with the rear mount turbos. So I've got to find kind of a sweet spot of someone who knows what they're doing and wants to do it. So if you know of any shops in Southern California that wouldn't mind putting it on a dyno and kind of tuning it, seeing what she makes. But I'll crawl under here real quick. Show the turbos. So these are 67, 62 DS Racing turbos. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, so I went with kind of an in-between turbo. Didn't want to go eBay cheap. These are ball bearings. So far they've been really nice. I haven't been able to hit full boost. One, I don't want to hurt the motor, but also I'm having an issue with my fuel pressure. Once I go into boost, it tries to lean out, and I don't know if that's a momentary thing or something that will cause detonation. Even with the MSD boost controller, I just don't want to mess with it. So for those wondering, I built my own coolant and oil setup for the turbos, so it's standalone from the actual engine, so I didn't have to run hoses all the way back here. And people have asked me if it gets hot or anything. I have coolers, I think they're 12 inches by 4 inches underneath, and after driving for about 30 minutes freeway with 70 degrees outside, the tanks were still touchable. So they're doing their job. They're cooling it like it should, but also keeping a good temperature, not to shock the turbos or anything like that. So that centerpiece is my pump controls. I have one feeding the turbos right there, one feeding the coolant system, and then I have one underneath, which you probably saw, that's the scavenge. So sends everything back up. It's fairly easy to do. I I pulled out the old gas tank, which is the trunk floor on here. Then I built one, framed it. I did some insulation material so the fuel cell doesn't get warm. And then it's also fire retardant, so if I get an excess of oil or something that happens with the turbos and they catch on fire for whatever reason, the fuel cell should be fairly safe underneath. But that's kind of where she's at now. So suspension's done, wheels, brakes, engine. Got the Tremec TKX, so able to put the power down, 370 rear end with a true track, so it gives me the good driving that I want. So I'm certainly liking her. And then I've got the other 70 as well, the yellow one, that I'll show off kind of the difference between a completely stock Cougar and then what I've done to this one. But appreciate you guys following along. If you can, share it, like it. I'm trying to take YouTube's money, so if you don't mind, I appreciate it.